Welcome back to another episode of the Dropback Podcast. I am Bradley, as always, joined by my co-host Zane. And if you missed last week's episode, we talked about the AFC West. And in today's episode, we'll be doing our first ever mock draft. So this is very exciting for us. But how are you doing today, Zane?
I'm doing really good. I'm a Patriots fan, as some of y'all already know. So I'm ecstatic right now because one, we got rid of that bum Mac Jones today in a trade, and two, we re-signed Kendrick Bourne, who I thought was one of our best receivers the past couple of years. And of course, on top of that, we're gonna do one of my favorite things, which is a mock draft. So, it's just been a great day all around. How you doing, Bradley?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I was kind of shocked about the Mac Jones. I just looked at my watch and I was like, Mac Jones getting traded. I was just thinking, I don't know, Falcons, some team. It was the Jaguars. It
Yeah,
was very interesting. I don't know what their thought process is, but hey. But big W for the Patriots today, re-signing
real.
Kendrick Bourne and getting rid of Mac Jones in one day.
Just shows. I mean, we're probably gonna do the mock draft in a minute. It shows they're going quarterback, but yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm excited. I felt like I was really shocked where he went, but he's a native of Jacksonville, so I'm sort of shocked, but sort of not. I wish him the best. I hope he turns it around, but he's been a bum, so I don't know how that's gonna go.
I mean, did you see Bailey Zappi liked?
Liked it, but he
Yeah,
also liked every other thing on his page. Someone went and looked. He liked everything. So it's like what we do, or like at least what I do. I'll just see something pop up. I'll click like and scroll. Could have been just what he did.
yeah. It's
But
just
also apparently he was a terrible teammate to Zappy. So it also could have been the opposite, where he actually was intentionally doing it. I don't know.
from what the report said. Yeah, I mean, he's doing that intentionally, liking the
Hey,
post. So. But I saw this meme today. It said last time a New England Patriots quarterback went to a Florida team, they won the Super Bowl. So mark
that'd
it,
be
Jacksonville
Nick
going
Foles
to the
like here. That'd be crazy. Kind of crazy.
It'd be so funny if like Trevor Lawrence got injured next year and then Mac Jones came in and just played phenomenal.
The only part that wouldn't be funny is the Trevor Lawrence injury, but yes, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
do you wanna get in the mock?
yeah. So I am doing odds and he is
Hey,
doing
right now.
evens.
Switch that.
Oh wait, yes, yes. I'm doing odds. He's doing no.
You just
I'm
said it
doing
again.
evens. I'm doing evens. He's doing odds because our favorite teams are on.
I have Patriots are an odd number team and Steelers are an even number team, so I guess it makes sense. We want our own team.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
um. All right,
Well,
and also
yeah.
there's going to be no trades because that
None.
gets a little too complicated.
Yes,
We
and
might do one.
nobody nobody knows. It's too unpredictable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very unpredictable. We might do one in the future. I'm just gonna assume we're assuming that Justin Fields is gone from the Bears.
Yes, that is the one thing I will assume. Now he's supposed to have been traded already, but I'm gonna assume he gets traded within the next 2 days. So obviously
I'm,
first overall pick. I think it's got to be Caleb Williams, right? I mean, like, there's no other question to it.
I mean, there's no other question really. There's not much to say on that pick.
There's no like hot take at all. Nah, you know what? It should have been JJ McCarthy. Who am I kidding? We talk about him every week. We might as well have done it.
Yeah, let's restart it.
Yeah,
JJ to the Bears confirmed.
imagine.
Well, with the number two overall pick, I am going with Drake May. I feel like this is an obvious one. Not too surprised here, but yeah, Drake May is the second best quarterback in this draft class, and the Commanders need a quarterback, so go quarterback.
See, I will say I don't disagree with the pick, but the media has flipped on that pick and has put Jaden Daniels as the number
Yeah,
2 quarterback. And personally,
yeah,
I disagree. I mean, we talked about quarterbacks in depth in one of our first episodes. I think it was our first episode. So you know, like it's just he's just not worth the number 2. I think he's worth the number 3, and that's where I think I will be going with my number 3 overall pick. I think
yeah,
that's the best bet for the Patriots is to get that quarterback because you're not trading for Fields. Sure, you could get Harrison. I like the pick, but it's just like you have a quarterback need now, especially now.
yeah. And I feel like them releasing Mac is like a definitely like we're gonna get a quarterback. Like Mac Jones isn't our guy, and we like it was definitely known that he wasn't their guy, but he was still on the team, so you never know what happens. So, um, but I have the fourth overall pick, the Arizona Cardinals, and I think you don't think too hard about it. You go with the best player available, which is Marvin Harrison Jr. And I think this is where the draft really starts at 5.
I agree. I feel like, see, I've been. This is the pick. If we were doing trades, this would be the pick that would be traded, at least in my opinion. I don't think the Chargers stay as of right now because there's so much talent that they could get at so many positions that they need. You know, I
You
have
should.
3. What they should stay?
I think you. Yeah, I think you should stay. Yeah,
Okay.
because this. If this was a bad draft class, I'd understand trade down. But this is like Neighbors, Bowers, all these guys still
Those
on
are
the
the guys I've
board.
written down. Those are the guys I've written down right now.
Oh,
I'm like, I have no clue which one I want to go to leave you with the next guy. Um, Little weird though. I like Bowers there, but I think I'm gonna go with the offensive line pick. It feels very underrated need for them right now.
fair.
So I think I am gonna go with Alt.
He is the best offensive lineman in this year's draft, and I like that move. I respect it. Um, but I would have probably went Neighbors there or
Really? See,
Bowers, a
I was
weapon.
I was leaning Ultra Bowers there, to be
Yeah,
honest. I think Bowers is a top 5, probably top at least top 10 player in the draft talent wise. But he's a
he's
tight end, and
fallen.
I've talked about them last week, and you know how I feel about them now. So I don't know. I just wouldn't. They've got so many needs, and a tight end like he's an elite tight end, but like you got to help Herbert out as much as possible. And I feel like the offensive line, you do that first. And as of right now, they still have Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. So until that changes, they're not probably going to pick a wide receiver.
Yeah,
If
that's
that
fair.
changes, I think that changes. You know, we're doing this on Sunday, but it's clearly for mock draft Monday. It'll change Monday, of course.
Yeah, I agree. I have him picking Bowers in my mock drafts because Jim Harbaugh loves those tight ends. He loves
Oh yeah,
using tight ends. So I just think, okay, you have a great tight end on the board. But I've also seen Joe Alt.
yeah.
It's an interesting pick at 5, what they're
I
gonna
feel like
do.
I feel like these two picks you could probably flip flop because I don't know what you're doing with it, but like
Yeah.
what are you thinking with 6?
With the Giants, I was gonna take Joe Alt.
Yeah,
Um, because the Giants need offensive line severely. But I've also seen quarterback. I've also
I
seen
have
quarterback.
seen it.
I have seen it, but I think it's too high for any of these guys. But it's not too high for Joe Milton. Simple as that. No, I'm playing. I'm just
Gosh.
joking. But for real, I I like Malik Neighbors if they're keeping Daniel Jones because I've seen reports that they're not like they're done with Daniel Jones. But at this moment in time, all we know is Daniel Jones is still on the lineup. He's still their starting quarterback. So I'm going with Neighbors on this one
Yeah,
because he's never had a weapon. He's never had a true number one weapon, and so give him that number one if he's still on the team or on the board. So,
Um, I didn't even
but
realize what this just left me with. I agree with that pick though. I honestly, I think that's what I have written down in my mock draft. That's my like this top six is pretty much my top six right now.
yeah,
Oh, I've set myself up for a tough one.
I like Roma Dunze for the
I
Titans.
did
I know,
too, but like Bowers, you know?
but they already have a decent tight end. He has a weird name, but he's all right.
Yeah,
He's pretty decent. He has a
yeah.
weird name.
And then you're getting an elite wide receiver one for your quarterback, but then Bowers is like he could be a good wide receiver and be a good. Okay, I'll go Romo Dunze. That's a tough one though. I'm not gonna lie. That pick
Yeah,
is a rough
it's
one.
tough. Um, I like that. I like that. Even though
Yeah.
Roma Dunde is still a top 10 player in my eyes.
Oh yes.
Um,
I know he's kind of fallen down your board just a little bit. Um,
still
you
wide
weren't his,
receiver three though.
yes, but you weren't his biggest fan.
I'm not his biggest fan. He kind of reminds me of Jaden Daniels in the way that he's either a boom or bust prospect
Fair.
in my
Completely
eyes.
fair.
I think he's either gonna be like a top three receiver in the next 2 years, or he's just gonna be like, oh my god,
Really.
why did this team draft him? Like,
See, to me, his floor is like Portland Sutton is right now. That I think is his floor.
yeah,
But
yeah. I mean,
you know,
and that's not a bad floor at all.
no, it's not. It's not a bad floor.
Um, Falcons. This I thought long and hard on this one. You could go a lot of places. This is the one team in the top 10 that doesn't really need an offensive lineman at all.
Yeah.
Um, so Bowers, I'm not taking Bowers. They have um
Top
what's his
hits.
Cal Pitts, yeah, that's his name. And so I am going with the first defensive player off the board, Dallas Turner. They
Absolutely love that pick.
they don't have. I know. I'm hoping they get a quarterback. It's too high for any of these quarterbacks. This is also another team that needs a quarterback, but you can't reach on a guy at 8. You gotta hit at 8, and you haven't had an edge rusher since
I
I
mean,
don't know. Like
wait, is
their
Calais Campbell
edge
is he inside or outside? I know he's a free agent,
outside.
right? He's outside. Okay, so they've had Calais Campbell, but like I think
Wait,
he's
oh, Calais Campbell, he's an inside. Sorry.
yeah. Okay, no, it's all good. But that's definitely the right pick. Plus, Campbell's a free agent, I think, anyway. So like they still need some edge rush help. I think that's their biggest weakness on defense.
And I've seen him Dallas Turner mocked there a lot. Andy
Yeah.
looks good. He looks like a solid edge rusher, and he solidified himself for the number one edge rusher.
I agree.
Um, but the Bears pick again.
Yeah. See,
Where
here I'm in a tough spot because like I really like what I want to do, but originally I was thinking Romo Dunze here, and that's not gonna happen because I picked him for the Titans. Um, they're gonna pick two quarterbacks, and they're gonna pick JJ McCarthy. No, I'm playing. Um, okay. I think now this is weird, but I'm thinking Brock Bowers.
wow, Brock
Yeah,
Bowers, but they
it's not
have
like
Cole
tight end
Kmet.
two tight end set. They can still run that. Bowers is going to be Cole Kmet's probably only got 2, 3 more years of goodness left.
You're gonna
I really thought long and hard about this pick, and I was thinking about a couple spots, but Bowers is just way too good a wide or tight end. He's basically a wide receiver tight end to just pass up on.
So you're going Brock Bowers
I
at
really,
9.
I'm, yes, he is a top 10 player in the draft. I don't think he falls out of it. I don't see him anywhere else at the moment, and I just feel like that's just the spot left.
Yeah. I see him at 15 here.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I'm not gonna let him go that far.
you're not? So you're picking Brock Bowers. I just want to make sure
Okay,
before.
hold on.
Okay.
Dude, this is such a rough pick. I don't know. I need to scroll down a little bit. There's three guys in my mind, but they could go offensive line, you know?
That's what I like. That's what I like here.
Okay. I think I'll do that actually. But who? Olu Fashanu?
He's my offensive line 3.
He's your three. That's fair. I think
Yeah.
I prefer personally I prefer Olu. Is Wright on the right? Darnell Wright. They drafted him to be a right tackle or left tackle.
Who? The
No, the guy they drafted last year in the top 10.
Oh, Darnell Wright, he's right
Yeah,
tackle.
he's the right tackle. Who's their left
Yeah.
tackle?
Oh,
What was his
I don't
rank?
know.
Braxton
I
Jones.
what you
Yeah.
what I was thinking, take Jackson Powers Johnson. I know it's a little high, but they need a
Way too
center.
early.
What?
I said that's way too early though. I like the idea. I just think it's too early.
I've
I have
seen
him
him. I've
already.
seen him mock there. I have seen him mock
Yeah,
there.
fair. I'm still thinking Olu, to be
Olu,
honest now.
you're
Yeah.
taking Olu.
You're gonna yeah.
Taking okay. Are you sure?
Do it. Just do it. We'll go from there. I might
All
have
right.
messed up your Jets pick, but go with it.
Oh no, you didn't. No, I'm taking my offensive lineman 2, which is Jason Latham.
Latham?
I Latham, yeah, he is a really talented offensive lineman. He
I've yet to
is
watch him, so take your
he's
word on
very impressive. He is second for a reason. He's very talented. He's better than all these guys. I think Troy, this guy should move to guard. Troy, if you watch him, he just looks small out there, and he's the smallest out of the top 6 offensive linemen in this draft. So I'm going to JC with that pick. Um, but yeah,
it. Now,
you have
okay. I'm sorry to take it because I just got an alert. Eric Armstead was just released by the 49ers.
wait. Eric Armstead.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. I'm kind of shocked.
That is crazy.
Oh,
40.
NFL. I heard some releases were gonna happen, but I didn't think it'd be this. And now, as for this pick, okay, man, this could fall very weird. Um,
This is a confusing pick.
yeah, because like, does Kirk resign? Where are they right now? Actually, on there, is he
What? Who?
testing free? Kirk Cousins.
I haven't seen many reports out. I don't know if he's testing it. I'm pretty sure he will stay in Minnesota for the fact that he just loves Minnesota and Minnesota loves him.
Okay, hold on. Um, Kirk Cousins reportedly considering moving to Atlanta, and it's looking like he'll test free agency.
Did
Plans
that
to test free agency, but will remain in touch with the Vikings. So I'm moving under the assumption that he will remain because he's staying in touch. So I think they'll get a deal done, kind of like the Baker deal. I think it'll get done in the next couple days. So I think here is definitely a corner. or an edge rusher. You know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I would take a corner here.
Yeah. I'm really thinking corner. I'm thinking Mitchell.
Your guy.
He's my guy, and frankly, I'd love for them to get a player like that. He's a stud. But I mean, on top of that, the PFF grades match. His overall
Yeah,
season grade matches.
which is rare for PFF.
W PFF,
What? Yeah.
actual W. Sorry, I'm picking Mitchell.
Taking Mitchell. All right. This pick. The Broncos are a very. This is so. I don't know what to do. Um,
I feel like I set you up for a slam dunk, but I don't know if you want it.
which is our boy JJ McCarthy.
Exactly. Like I'm thinking, like if Minnesota doesn't pick him, they pick him. If Minnesota picks him, Broncos trade back. That's the way I
Yeah.
see it.
Um, I. This is so hard because they don't have the team to build around JJ McCarthy. This is not the team for JJ McCarthy, in my personal opinion. And I feel like the Broncos will see this and be like, okay, let's just get some more guys. But it's also like you need a quarterback, and are you going to give Jarrett Stidham any
Nah, no
a
way.
chance? No.
I think they
So,
sign Sam Darnold tomorrow and then draft a quarterback. That's my personal opinion. You don't have to go
oh,
on that. But that's how I see it.
going the Steelers route. Yikes. Um,
I know. I set you up for like that, and I know you don't probably want it. Frankly, I could see that or corner.
yeah, I was thinking corner. I was thinking corner here. Um,
Okay,
but
a little bit not W by PFF because Arnold is definitely better than Wiggins, and
yeah, no, I
DeGene
don't
should
know.
not be the overall eighth ranked player in the draft. That's my personal opinion, though.
Yeah, DeGene eighth.
Wild.
Little,
He's good, but he's not that good.
yeah. But I'm going. I'm going JJ.
You're gonna go JJ. I like
I'm
the
going.
pick. Frankly, if you didn't, I was picking him for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's
So,
so fair. I
um,
just don't think it's a good fit for him at all.
since you did that with him and Arnold is still on the board, I think Arnold is that perfect pick for the Raiders right now. Their cornerback room really depleted. They've got holes on the entire roster, sure. I could see another position here in another guy here in Bo Nix. Um, but it just feels too high, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I
And like
agree.
and we're not doing trades, and I feel like this could be a team that trades back into the first to draft Bo Nix or just something because they're gonna go quarterback early. I don't know how early though, because free agency, we'll see it tomorrow. They're probably gonna get a veteran, so that probably quarterback just doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to Ron Arnold right here.
That's a smart pick. I like this pick. In Saints, this is a team that also needs a quarterback, and I've thought about this pick, and we're talking about like it's way too early to draft Bowman Nix, and in my eyes, and and for some reason, I do personally think this. I could see this pick.
I do too,
I'm
actually.
going.
Now that I'm thinking about it, which I'm sure you've done for a while,
It would
I
be a
definitely wouldn't hate it. Like I wouldn't
it,
hate the pick.
if anyone's gonna draft Bo Nix in the first round, I would love the Saints to pick this guy, Bo Nix. I
Yeah.
I would.
They
I feel
almost have
like
the roster.
yeah. I
And
feel
he
like
can sit.
he could sit, or they could do. Hey, Derek Carr, you have 5 games to prove yourself, or 3 games to prove yourself, and if he doesn't prove himself, Bo Nix. But I feel
Fair.
like if
He's
you
gonna have
draft
to
him this high, you
yeah.
have to. He I'm not saying he has to start, but so I'm going Bo Nix.
I like it.
Um, you have Alvin Kamara, you have Chris Olave. Um, so I like this pick.
See, originally, because Bowers is still on the board, I was originally wanting to pick a defensive player here, um, for this Colts defense. But I think it's Bowers. Like it has to be Bowers. There's
Yeah.
no. I mean, I'd love for him to fall to the Bengals, but ooh, I almost want to let it happen. But they
Uh,
need enough.
I'm picking a kicker at 18. Trust me. If
Yeah,
Bauer, the Bengals are drafting a first round kicker. Don't worry.
we'll go Bowers then. I just feel like they don't need offense; they need defense. And frankly, I think it'll play out differently than this with Bowers. I don't know where he's gonna go. He's the biggest question mark on my board, but he
I
fits.
agree. I agree. Bowers, he could go anywhere. He could go top top five, or he
He could go
could
from 5
fall
to
to fifth.
15, and I don't think he should go as late as 15. Actually, he could probably. Some team is probably going to trade him for him or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Um, the Seahawks, I have two guys.
Okay.
I said you should move Troy to a guard. I'm not the biggest fan of him at tackle. He's
He
very
was a
small.
beast at the combine,
He
though.
he has heavy feet though. That's
It's
one thing
true.
that that look that makes me a little nervous. These Washington guys aren't producing. Or okay, I don't want to say aren't producing, but I'm not as big on these Washington guys as other people are. And it's not because they go to Washington. It's just I don't find them all that incredible. Um, but I think this is where Jackson Powers Johnson falls.
Really?
Um, yeah,
Yeah, I have him. I like the pick. I agree with the pick. That's where I think I see. I have three spots where I could see him going.
yeah. I could see him
Frankly,
going to Jacksonville or the Steelers or Seahawks.
I see him going to the Eagles.
Wow, really?
Kelsey retired, dude.
Yeah, but they drafted a guy a year ago or
They
so.
did. Shows
I
what I
think
know. Gosh, I didn't even know.
I believe so.
Okay. Okay. You've helped my pick for the Rams be a little less complicated now. I appreciate it. Um, but looking at this pick, I'm thinking corner. Their cornerback room is garbage. They released Williams. Uh, I'm thinking this is where we see Wiggins. Like it's got
Wiggins?
to be Wiggins right here.
Really?
Yeah, he's my corner three.
Where do you have Cooper DeJean?
Dude, he's fallen to the late first. I have him like to the Lions, like late first.
Oh,
He just I haven't watched enough on him to say otherwise. I've watched the other guys, so he'll move. I'm lower on him because I haven't watched him. I'm not lower on him because I think he's bad or he's a white guy. I'm cheering for the white guy. Um, he's pretty fly for a white guy, but I think this is Wiggins right here. I really do. I think they need a CB1.
yeah. I like this. I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, I can see it. So, um, I have the Bengals pick.
Hmm. I didn't love to
And
do this. Actually, I love that pick.
I'm going with the Oregon State guy.
Yeah, that's like if they got him there, that'd be a steal almost. I've heard him going in the top 10.
He's
So
good. He's
he's so
my
good.
I think he's four. We're for my offensive line.
Yeah. I have
He's
I had
four.
Latham at 4. This is actually where I had Latham going. So,
Oh,
let's see. We're at what pick are we at? 19? Okay.
yes.
Well, all of my guys that I wanted, they're gone. Um, is Latu still on the board?
Who?
Leia Latu,
He
the
is.
UCLA. He is. That is the pick.
There you
I
go.
think that's the move. They need some edge rush. They need corner too, but like, oh wait, Verse is still on the board? Hold on. I'm picking Verse. I didn't realize. I would pick Verse.
And
Yeah, no, Verse is he's a dog.
Andy's
I think
fast.
he's my edge too.
Yeah,
So
that's
does
fair. He was very dominant in Florida State, especially
I'm,
against Louisville.
yes.
Um, are you going
Yeah,
with Verse?
yeah, I think I'm going with Verse. I didn't even realize Latu was still on the board, but yeah, Verse is definitely the pick.
That's fair. I like that pick. I like that pick. The Steelers. I've thought about this pick for a while.
Oh, I don't
I,
doubt
I
it.
don't. I just. I just don't know where to go because we have plenty of positions we could go. We could go center. We could go tackle. We could go guard. We could go defensive back. But I think they're gonna go with. I don't like this pick at all, but I think they're going with Mims. Something about the Steelers, and we just released our right tackle. So the Steelers like to bring in family or whatever, and Mims and Broderick Jones played together in college. So I know they're not family, but they're connected. So bringing in two Georgia guys,
That's who I
and
had.
I just feel like
It
that's
makes
where he's
sense.
going to go. Yeah,
It makes so much
it
sense.
just makes too much sense.
And frankly, I I should be the one hating on the Georgia tackles, but that's actually a pick I love right there. I feel like that's the perfect spot.
Yeah, the thing with I watched with Georgia is they go inside with their tackles. Like they don't really block in front. They go towards the inside of the line. They block the inside, which is they have a weird scheme on the blocking.
Yep.
They have a weird blocking scheme.
It works. But yeah.
It
Okay.
works. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, I set up a couple good picks in a row for us. Not any that I disagree with at least. This is where you brought him up a minute ago. Fuck the Washington guy. Like you said, I think he moves to guard. Um, no, he's technically a tackle right now.
Yeah.
He's listed as a tackle, but I think he is a guard in the NFL, or at least a. He will not be a left tackle in the like at the NFL level.
Yeah. If he stays at tackle, yikes.
If he stays at tackle, right tackle, I could see it. Left tackle, not so much.
Yeah, I feel like he should go to
But
guard. So you're
they're losing Robert Hunt. I think they're losing somebody. I think maybe they just re-signed Hunt. I could be completely wrong. Let me check that before you click it.
okay.
No.
I have an interesting pick. I have a handful of interesting picks coming up.
Yeah, this is where I'll go. I'll do it. Just pull the trigger on it.
All right.
Man.
The Eagles, I think their biggest need is defense, every position, and I think this is where Cooper DeJean goes.
Really?
Yeah. They need corner help. They released Bradbury, I believe.
They have not yet.
They released someone.
It was like, ooh, who was it? I don't know.
It
Eagles
it
release.
was a
It was a corner. I'll give you that. Von Maddox.
yeah
Devontae
Maddox,
Maddox.
yeah, and Bradbury and Slay. I think they're going downhill slowly. Um, so I'm
Yeah,
going Cooper DeJean. Yeah,
I like the pick. I do. I personally, I would still pick Kool-Aid right there. That's personally who I like there. But I do. I don't disagree with it though.
that's fair. That's fair.
Um, so here, I'm surprised we didn't pick him sooner. I think this is where Byron Murphy goes. I feel like this is just they need help on the D line. I think they're losing one of their D linemen, and they don't really have any great ones right now. So I feel like that's one of the biggest holes on their roster. Is their wide receiver core is fine. Tight end, there's no guys I'd take right here. Linebacker, kind of the same boat. So um this is where I see Byron Murphy going.
Yeah, I like that pick. Yeah, I'm surprised he fell to 23.
I had him like towards the Seahawks originally.
Yeah.
So
Um, the Cowboys. This is where Brian Thomas is coming off the board.
really, I like
I
it. I
really
do.
like
I do
this
like it.
pick. I
Give CD,
really,
yeah.
I don't like the Cowboys at all, but I'd like that pick for this
Oh man, how is he
Cowboys.
still bored? I don't like that
I-
Leilatu is still on the board.
yeah.
It really bugs me. But I can't pick him at this spot. Who are the tackles on the board? Did we get rid of all of them?
Yeah. No.
I don't think there's any guy. No, there's not. There's not any guy
Yeah.
I'd pick this.
I don't think any of them are falling.
No. There's nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
I've
we're
seen
trying.
Tyler from Minnesota go here.
I have. I've seen Kool-Aid go here as well.
Oh, that's actually a nice pick.
I like it. Okay, I'm curious of the analysis because we haven't looked at it. I think Tyler then, yeah. It's definitely seems like the consensus. I
Yeah.
would pick a tackle if there was somebody left, but there's just not anybody I'd pick. So Tyler's
And
probably
I
the
feel
move.
yeah, and I feel like that's just such a Packers
It is. They
pick.
do stuff like that every year.
Yeah. So all right. So the Bucks. This is where I'm going law too.
Thank goodness. I did not want him falling any further. I love that pick
So
though.
yeah, and the Bucks need help on their defensive line. They're getting older, so I think this would be a great spot for them. And they drafted, I believe, a defensive lineman last year.
I think they did. That sounds about right. I think they did, and he did really good. Oh, it was like Clancy or something. He was at a pit.
Yeah. Um.
Oh, Cardinals. Okay. All right. This is one that I don't know like what they should do. There's a couple things. Obviously, they got Harrison. I'm assuming a defensive player. Is this Kool-Aid? I think this might be where Kool-Aid goes. I don't see him falling any
Yeah.
further than this. I feel
Yeah.
like this is the spot.
Yeah. I like this pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he fits. I was I was weirdly thinking Peyton or whatever his name Wilson, um, the NC State guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
I like Kool Aid here.
yeah,
They don't have many good defensive players, so add to the secondary, help Buda Baker out.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Oh man, Bills are in a weird spot. Kool-Aid would have been perfect actually because they just released Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, they are tanking on the defensive side of the ball. And if you asked me 2 weeks ago, this pick would have definitely been a wide receiver.
Or Brian Thomas, in my opinion.
But now I just don't know.
Actually,
Um,
I only wrote Brian Thomas down. When I was looking at the board, I was like, only wrote Brian Thomas down.
but I don't think you're going defense here. I think you are going wide receiver. Even though they need help, they released half their. A guy I really like is Lad McConkey here. I I I think he's better than Adonai Mitchell.
Really?
I do.
We're gonna get into that on Thursday. That's gonna be a fun
Yeah,
list.
I have. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I have some hot takes for wide receivers.
I'm
So
excited. I'm excited.
I'm going Lad. I think he just fits there.
Yeah, I don't
And
hate the pick.
and Gabe Davis is a question mark. You don't know if he's coming back.
He's
So
probably gone. Man, okay. Um, I think, man, okay, it's definitely defense, right? Like it's got to be defense.
yeah, 100%. Or I could totally see wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver.
I don't though because like they don't really need one. And at least in
Uh,
my mind, I think the next wide receiver doesn't go until 32. Personally, that's where I see the next wide receiver. Um, I just think because the
yeah,
Ravens did it last year, they won't do it again. That's my reasoning, at least. Do they really need a center and guard? That doesn't feel accurate at all. Okay, that's actually how I have written down as their top guy right now. That's funny. I don't even know how to say it. Rockstraw,
yeah,
Rockstraw.
Rakestraw.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry for butchering his name. That
the
feels that feels
Missouri
good.
State guy.
Yeah, that feels
Hey,
good.
I can't tell you watched him, but
Watched a little, like a game or I've watched two
uh,
games, I think, on him, but not anything major.
um, Ravens. This is I don't know where to go. This is kind of a bold pick. This is kind of a hot, very very hot pick. I think they're going defense. I think they're going edge rush,
Okay.
and I think they're going Chop Robinson.
I like it. I do like it. I had them on defense too. I had them picking Newton there.
Oh, that's fair. I think well they they're probably losing Clowney this offseason, so I could totally see a world where they draft edge rush. And I really, really like Robinson a lot.
Yeah, I like Robinson too. I feel like he fell a little too far on boards. I think he could definitely still end up in day one. Here though, man, I want to do it just because they just released Eric Armstead. You know,
Yeah.
like I really want to just do it. Um, but their offensive line was just not great. And that's what worries me. Who are the linemen? How many have we picked offensive line wise? Like six?
Offensive line one, two, three, four, five,
Five.
five.
Okay, I don't hate six of them. I also don't love it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot.
Like at one point in time, I could see Guyton here. I don't now, but there's no guys I like right here. So I'm thinking, I think it's gonna be Newton. then. I honestly I really think Newton is probably that only guy left I could see. He's right
Yeah,
there.
I
He's
could.
not bad.
Yeah,
But
I was just looking at the corners. There's not
yeah,
any
I just don't
corners.
see like 6 or 7 corners going around one, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs. This is I think you got to get a wide receiver. Um,
Yeah,
it's. I feel like this is gonna happen. It's Mitchell.
I agree. Like that's just oh my gosh, that wide receiver core will be nuts. Bryce and
Yeah,
Mitchell across from each other is going to be an actual scary thought.
yeah. So
That is
yeah,
that is our first mock draft. If you just want to leave that up, um, can't really get the full thing in there, but
hold up.
that's we can try. Yeah, I want to fit the whole thing. Plus,
Oh,
but there
there
we
we
go.
go. Perfect.
Perfect. Yes. That is our full first round mock draft prediction. Right there.
Y- Yeah.
You,
Two
yeah,
tackles back to back at 20 and 21.
I could see it.
Yeah, I could
I mean,
definitely see it.
Fatianu, he's going to be a guard though, so technically it's a guard at
Yeah,
21, you know? But I just realized, okay, offensive line in general, we have Alt, we have Shanu, Latham, Powers, uh, Fuaga, Mims, Fatianu. So that's 7 already. Was there any others? No, so we had 7 offensive linemen. And then the
a lot
secondary,
of teams. A lot of
it's an
teams need.
offensive draft.
Yeah, it
It
is.
it really is.
Um, yeah, this is. I mean, the only big surprise here, in my opinion, is there's not too many like big surprises. I mean, Knicks at 14.
Yeah. That was kind of a
Uh,
surprise, but I don't hate the pick either. Like it makes sense.
yeah, like
Bowers. Bowers I think is my biggest shock. Where we ended up having him fall. I put him there. I still think he goes higher.
that's fair. That's fair.
Like I don't see a world where he falls that far. And then in this mock draft, in this universe of mock draft, we have uh Kirk staying. So this is all if Kirk stays. So if Kirk doesn't stay, that changes the rest of the picks.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't think
And this is
yeah.
pre-free agency also.
Yes.
So we have
Maybe ahead of free
basically no
agency
idea.
thoughts, like real fast. Anything you think might happen for free agency?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I would just leave it up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm um who do you want to talk about first in free agency?
Okay. Um, I'm trying to think of a good player to talk about. Well, I don't know. Obviously, I mean, it just happened. I just looked. I just had an alert. No, we're good. Okay, it was just Kendrick Bourne posting on Twitter. Never mind. We're good. That would have been funny if something happened again. Um, Frankly, I'm shocked by Armstead.
I am too.
I'm I'm not shocked for when it happens tomorrow. A couple Chargers guys are gonna get released. I'm 100% certain of it. Okay,
Yeah.
Kirk. We're assuming Kirk stays. What did you think of Baker's deal?
I haven't looked at it really.
It was
Um let me
3
look it up.
years. Yeah, so it was 3 years, 100 million. His first 2 years are 30 mil, and his last year is 40.
This is kind of giving me Geno Smith flashbacks.
But he's better than Geno Smith. I said it. I don't even feel like it's a hot take. He's better than Geno Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that take at all. but I like it. I mean, what other quarterback are you gonna take here?
There. I feel like, ooh, okay. If Baker hadn't re-signed, I could have seen Penix right there, or Nix. You know,
Oh,
like if let's
oh,
say I mean Lealatu, he was definitely like phenomenal, perfect pick right there. I feel like there was nobody else, no question. Now that I'm thinking about, I'm looking at the Eric Armstead. I could see. I'm jumping. Sorry. I could see him being a Texan,
oh yeah, that would be a good fit.
which now makes the pick at 23 a little less valid, but I still think they need help. And it also
Yeah.
gives them a young guy.
I'm trying to think of a good spot for Eric Armstead. Um, what would be hilarious to me if the Chiefs pick him up?
No way. They're okay. Where did they get the money for
Yeah,
Jones?
yeah,
Like,
that was
did they just pull it out
crazy.
their butt? Like, seriously, where are they getting this money from? Because they're only at -5 right now after his deal. I think. Hold on. Yeah, after his deal, he only has 7 million this year for a cap hit.
So they're screwed for the future.
Potentially, I'm trying to look. Chris Jones next year, that's what it is. He gets 34 million next year. Then 41, then 34, and then 41 again. So
How old is he?
he's in his 30s. He's 30. Okay. He'll be a free agent in 2029, and we're in 2024, so he'd be 35 at that point, making like almost 34 million a year.
I mean, defensive linemen do tend to like fall off towards the older
Yeah.
side of things. So I don't. Yeah, that I don't mind.
Well,
Chris Jones is a must.
yeah. They can get out of
He
his
earned
deal
it.
though. I just looked at it.
Yeah, he
Um,
earned it though.
he did. He did earn it. Like I said, they had to sign him if they wanted a chance. So,
Yeah. Um.
any more
And
head of free agency tomorrow thoughts, which we'll be posting right around when it starts to happen.
any more big name guys that
I mean, he's not a huge name guy, but Calvin Ridley, I've heard Patriots, so I'm not going to be shocked if he signs with them in the next couple hours or next couple
yeah
days.
yeah
Apparently, they're going to give him top dollar. So if he doesn't sign, it's because he just doesn't want to go there.
yeah he wasn't as big of an impact as everyone thought he was going to be in Jacksonville.
I
So
Yeah, I have a take for that.
what's your take?
That one wasn't great coaching. Two, they didn't play him in the right position. I think he should have been played. He was played as an X wide receiver. He doesn't thrive as an X wide receiver. He thrives in like formation, like as a Z style guy, not as an X. His best
Yeah,
year, Falcons, he played more Z formation style as a wide receiver. So if whatever team picks him, if it's Patriots or if it's somebody else, I think they need to put him at that spot.
yeah, but also drops really killed him though.
He did have a couple drops, but it's also his first year back, and so like it's like the Deshaun Watson thing a little bit, where he hadn't played football in like a year. So I didn't really expect super duper much. Everybody just kind of a little overhyped him, you know.
I mean, do you think Calvin Ridley was betting the under in his games though?
He might have. He wasn't betting on himself though. I guess from how his stats were.
Or maybe he was and he was betting the less receptions.
You're right.
I mean, Price Picks does have a lot of good deals going on, so
You're right.
um But a guy I do actually want to talk about is Daniel Jones and Barkley. Those are the two guys I'm very interested in this free agency. I know Daniel Jones isn't a free agent, but
Russell Wilson then, kind of thing? Or I'll let you
I
continue
mean
though.
they did meet with Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Um, I wouldn't hate it. Trade away Daniel Jones. Who would want Daniel Jones? Let's say
Nobody.
the Giants. Let's just say the Giants are like, hey, we're done with Daniel Jones. Anyone want to take Daniel Jones? Where do you want him to go?
Yeah.
Or where do you think a good spot for him to go is?
I'm trying to think. Oh man.
I have an interesting one. I have the Seahawks.
Hey, I have another interesting one. The Raiders.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
I don't
but
think he's a cheap.
they have to get away from the Jimmy Garoppolo contract.
I think they are away from it. They can get out of it because he's on PIDs or something. I think there's some clause in there that allows them out.
Oh yeah. So yeah, where do you think Barkley's going?
Barkley? Okay. I think he stays on the East Coast. If I'm being completely honest. I hate it. I hate it so much. But they need a running back. I could see Philadelphia.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know.
Signs with a division rival. That would make so many Giants fans mad. But I could
Yeah,
definitely see it.
and if I was Barkley, I wouldn't go to Philadelphia. The Eagles are on such fraud watch right now. It's not even funny. Um, in my opinion.
I can see the point for it, but yeah, haven't done anything without Steichen or Gannon.
Um, the Bills, Barkley, no,
I have James Cook. They don't really need him. James Cook kind of did well.
yeah,
Cowboys, gosh, that would suck.
Ravens.
Ravens, I could see the Ravens. Baltimore is East
That
Coast.
that
Yeah.
would be incredible.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a cheat code, like in Madden cheat code.
And then let's say Thomas fell to the Ravens at 30. Oh my gosh. Flowers, Thomas, Barkley, Lamar, Andrews.
Insane, and likely because likely's good too.
Yeah, and likely.
That'd be
That
special.
would I
Like no
I
excuses, Lamar.
don't like the Ravens at all, but I
Yeah,
would love to see that. Why do you think
I'd
he's
love to
staying
see
on
it
the
from a
East
football
Coast?
standpoint because it'd be exciting, but I wouldn't love to see it because it's the Ravens.
Yeah. Why do you think he's staying on the East Coast?
I don't know because he has everything on the East Coast. Like I don't think he's gonna want to up and move to the West Coast. I don't think he's going to a West Coast team.
That's
I know
fair.
I've seen the Chargers, but I don't feel like it's in the cards to go there. At least for him.
I
No, I
would
could
that
be
would
completely wrong.
that'd be a good one.
What was it?
That would be I like that.
I mean, would it be awesome? Sure. I just don't see it right now.
Yeah.
He'll sign with them first thing tomorrow. Watch. But I think he stays East Coast. At least my prediction.
That's fair. Yeah. That yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah, Barkley. I hope he doesn't re-sign with the Giants. The Giants don't deserve him.
That I agree with. He's carried. They're gonna be awful, and I'm frankly not really gonna feel that bad. Um, I think you understand why, but I won't feel bad because
Yeah.
they Eli Manning. Enough
Oh
said.
yeah.
I will not feel bad for the Giants ever.
Hey, Brady should have 8.
Eli wasn't born. Brady. Brady'd have a lot more records.
That is true.
Um,
Eli Manning was the first quarterback to beat Brady twice, and the only in the Super Bowl.
tragic, tragic times. I think he was the first to beat him in the Super Bowl too.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. 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 It's funny how it was their best season.
17-0. Oh my gosh. Brady said he'd trade 2 rings for that. Frankly, I don't blame him. I would too. Oh man, almost had
Yeah.
the undefeated season. The GOAT debate would never happen. Would never. There'd be no argument if he went undefeated in a season all the way through. There would have been no debate for Mahomes ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Yeah, that team was very talented though.
And Moss, and which I also wanted that because Moss would have gotten the ring.
Mm, Yeah. But yeah, you have any more free agency thoughts?
Nah, I mean any draft thoughts either. Nah, I don't really have any of those. You got any?
No, I don't either. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I think that's where we'll end it today. We'll be posting. I think we'll what we say Thursday this week.
Yeah, Thursday.
All right. So
Thursday.
y'all
Yeah.
tune into that one. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of the Dropback Podcast. Be sure wherever you're listening to leave a like, a follow, subscribe, or even a comment. We always appreciate it. If you disagree with any takes or anything else, just let us know down in the comments below. As always, thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all tune in the next one. Peace out.
Peace.